Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I am Nicole, and I live in India. And tonight I'm here with my very special and favorite man, my husband.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, so tonight he is with me to watch a video with Dr. Jaishankar. He is becoming a favorite on the channel. I really enjoy watching him, and I know you enjoy listening to him too. He really is just such a fabulous voice for India. And this is a shorter video that was released just a few days ago. And this is basically explaining, or him explaining, how India navigates different ties, I think, that it has globally. We haven't seen it yet. Have you seen it yet?
I don't believe so.
No. So let's go ahead and get started. If you haven't already, please give me your like, please give me your subscribe, and let's go.
And chew gum at the same time.
India's simultaneous active membership in both the Quad and the BRICS, and for that matter, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
We can chew gum and walk at the same time.
All right.
Let me ask you something you have canvassed before. You've been asked about previously that India's simultaneous active engagement of groups like the Quad, along with groupings like BRICS, which are seemingly contradictory groupings. Your response has consistently been that India is able to walk and chew gum at the same time. And of course, the ability to understand all nations and work with all parties is vital. Australia has missions all over the world, including places like Moscow and Tehran, of course. So my impression, Minister, has been that India sees value in being in all these groupings, but doesn't always necessarily see them as equal. How do you, as Foreign Minister, and how does India navigate these different relationships to still ensure that countries around the world see India as a large nation that prioritises the protection of international rules?
History, political culture, to some extent, kind of a security ethos, all these feed into decisions you make. In the case of Australia, you have a long, a very old treaty relationship with the United States, which is your primary security. It's the anchor relationship in a way. That's not been our history. Our history has been really to kind of maximize space and options and gain more maneuvering ground and try and do more things, autonomously. So that's where we are coming from. Now, given that it's natural today when actually the world is much more fragmented, when in one sense clearly much more multipolar, much more complicated, that it's not easy to say today, okay, these countries are on that side and those countries are on that side. There's a lot of cross holdings in a way. Given all that, we do think that the ability to in fact, not just the ability, the strategy to have a presence in different groupings and develop working combinations with different countries, because each one of them has a logic of its own, and I would not set one against the other. To us, we really honestly, and I'm not being clever here in my argument, we honestly don't think being members of BRICS excludes you from being members of Quad, because to us they serve very different purposes. Quad has a certain Indo-Pacific context. Again, the manner in which it grew, the building blocks of Quad were very different. In the case of BRICS, it was really a coming together of some large countries whose common feature in many ways was that they were non-Western. So by joining Quad, now I don't become Western. I mean, I still remain non-Western. I'm not anti-Western, but I'm not Western. So I think, in fact, in many ways, I would argue that this multiplicity of memberships and being able to navigate them are natural. I would even go a step further and say, actually, there's a service we can do by this. You know, at a time when you know, the world is very polarized and countries often don't communicate with each other. I look at the world today, and let's take the two big conflicts which are underway, Ukraine and the Middle East. There are not too many countries and too many leaders who can go to Moscow and go to Kiev and go to Tehran and go to Tel Aviv.
Finished. So what did you think?
I like watching Jaishankar speak for several different reasons. One is he's a smart guy, but you can actually see him pace it. So he chooses his words carefully and builds the narrative in a really nice way. I like that. So I enjoy watching that.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. He really is. I mean, he speaks so well, and he is so careful in what he says. I think you would have to be, as you know, an external affairs minister. But I think that, you know, the way that he just described this, that you know, that India can, you know, chew gum and walk at the same time. And what a fabulous way to describe something, and then to break it down and to say that just because we're part of BRICS, which is because we're not Western, but we're part of Quad, but that doesn't mean that we're Western, you know, but we can do both. And I think the way that he described that was fabulous.
Yeah, it's really nice. And then I've also seen some videos where he uses words carefully, but he's also very assertive.
Yeah, I really like that too. Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, he doesn't take any crap.
No.
Yeah, I love it. So it's fabulous. So if you have a suggestion for us to react to, I'd love to hear from you. Please put it in the comments. If you like the reaction, give a like, give a subscribe. It really helps me, and I appreciate the support to the channel. As always, we love you, and bye-bye.